Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Speedbreaker, and today's part 3 of how to become better at Battlefield 3. I'd like to talk a little bit about positioning. Now, the main aspect of this part I cannot really take off your shoulders, and that is learning all the maps by heart and just getting superior map knowledge is really important in Battlefield 3. If you want to do good, you really have to know every map inside out, like every corner and every spawn and just everything pretty much. But I think I just can give you a little tips and tricks here and there on how to approach certain situations and what to do and what not to do. Alright, cool. So first of all, I think most important is minimap awareness. Now, you have the handy dandy minimap on your left corner and always check on it if you see some red nachos floating around there, and you always have to check back and see if there's some baddies around you. And in this regard, I think it's always very important that you have some sort of key assigned to your mouse or keyboard, that you can toggle the minimap size, because you can actually make it enlarge it, or, well, not really enlarge, you can do that too, but the kind of zoom factor that the minimap shows can be changed. So you should definitely change that in your configs. And I don't know what my teammate did there. That was just standing next to this guy, but whatever. So you should definitely try and get some key assigned to your minimap zoom factor thingy, so you can kind of check on the big map and on the small maps. Now, why is that important? And I think this is pretty important because sometimes when you have like you're not quite sure where the enemy is gonna spawn at and you don't see anybody on the minimap, you kind of have to zoom it out a little bit so you can see positions that are further away. And I think that's kind of handy dandy to then see where the enemy is gonna attack from. Now, the second point should be how to minimize your angles of threat, and this is probably the best example on how not to do it. I just got blasted my face off with the Magnum here because I was just too stupid to stand in the wild open. You should never do that. Always try to minimize your angles of threat. Now, how do you do that? You always kind of have to go from cover to cover a little bit. That's kind of common sense, but always try to kind of sneak upon at walls, and always be aware of where your enemy, where your teammates are coming from. So that's probably the angle of the least attack. For now, for example, I know that my left side is pretty safe, or right behind me right now, but in front of me there's the A flag, and I know that people are gonna spawn behind this because this is Scavenger. And by the way, I think Scavenger is an awesome game mode to learn positioning, because the map is just, the game mode is just awesome in that regard. And it really is very good because if you compare it to close quarters, which one might think would also be pretty nice to improve your positioning upon, is we don't have like the random spawns that we have in close quarters. In Scavenger, people are always spawning behind their flags, like not on the flag, but in the direction of the flag. So you always kind of know where people are going to attack from, and you're always kind of aware of where people are coming from. Now, here we are attacking the C flag, and I can't see anybody in the minimap, but yet I'm peeking around the corner because the flag got taken so fast. And here's another nice tactic right there. I always try to shoot grenades. Don't forget about your grenades, please. And if you have the grenade perk, you have 2 grenades. Always try to get rid of your grenades, because players are scared of grenades. Like, seriously, if they see a grenade, they are gonna be like, oh shit, I gotta get out of there. They're concentrating on the nade rather than on the player. So you can kind of just blast their faces off whilst they're trying to outrun a grenade or anything. Now, another point would be head glitching, and if you don't know what that is, that's basically you stand behind some sort of cover, and you can see pretty much the whole, the entire screen in front of you, but the enemy will only see your head. And this is pretty handy dandy. If you know some of the nice glitch spots and everything, then you can pretty much just kill everybody. And right here, I know I'm in trouble. I got a tank in front of me, and on the minimap, I just saw that there's 2 players. And what am I doing? I just use my environment. Always use your environment. Go jump down edges that you know you can survive doing it. And you might not do what I'm doing right here, because I only have 20% left and I'm attacking the flag too fast, and I didn't see this M16 coming down the escalator right there, so that's kind of unfortunate, but it's probably my fault right there. So yeah, I got punished for just being too aggressive right there. But other than that, it's basically just training. You kind of have to know all the maps and all the corners by your heart, and You just have to know where people are coming from, and you also have to know where you're viable at. You can't just shoot down at ridiculous long ranges where you're probably not going to hit anybody. You should always try to engage at appropriate distances, and always try to get stand near to cover. Like, whenever you're trying to engage somebody, always make sure that you know where any other enemy potentially might come from, and if you know where they might hide. So when you get shot from that certain angle, you might twitch around and then shoot him in the face. That's kind of a high skill set right there, but if you can do that, then it's pretty nice. But yeah, I was actually gonna say that you should always try, whenever you try to engage somebody, you always should be able to know where the next bit of cover is, where you can hide behind in case you're getting shot at, or in case you're getting caught off guard. You always have to have some sort of plan B, some sort of strategy on how to get out of a tricky situation. But that's pretty much all the tips and tricks I have for this episode. I hope you guys learned something. If you did, please make sure to leave a rating or a comment, as it helps me out a lot. Have a good one, and until next time, cheers!